So then everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all well. I haven't done one of these for a while, but there's been lots and lots of news coming out of Newcastle this morning, but I just want to clear up with you all and share with you all. It's from Matthew Guéhi on what could be a move to Newcastle United this summer. Also, William Osula on his move to Newcastle United. We'll talk a bit about that. And also we'll speak about Ritchie has went back down to the south coast, and Eddie Howe also speaks out on Trippier, if he's staying or not at the club, and also could Bruno be Newcastle United's new captain this season. It's coming up. So we'll start with Matthew Guéhi, the England star on the Euros. You know, he was phenomenal, 24 years of age. Newcastle had put a bid in. I'm hearing it was around about £60 million, but apparently the Crystal Palace got about 70, 65 plus for add-ons. So the first bid did get rejected, but we're hearing now a second bid has went in. So we'll have to wait a few days to hear on that. But all I can say on this one is I'm buzzing for this one. If we can say Marc, after what I've seen in the Euros, how strong he was, holding up the ball, tackling, defending, reading the game well, going forward, driving with the ball, strength. You've got to realise he's only 24 years of age. You know, he's a right-sided centre-half, centre-back. The one we've got there now is Fabian Schär, who's been amazing. He is amazing. But the fact is he is 32. Guéhi is a lot younger, 8 years younger. So it makes sense. People say 65, 70 million. It's a lot of money. It would smash Newcastle's transfer record after paid 63 for Alexander Isak from Real Sociedad. It would smash it. It would smash that record. But for me, he's an English international. He's an English player. So automatically the price tag goes up. He's a fantastic player. It's a great investment. We could have Marc at this club for the next 10 years, next decade. So it makes total sense for me for the club to invest that money into someone who's going to be with us for a very long time and possibly the end of his career, because you don't want to be paying like 65 million for a 32-year-old and get a couple of years out of them. You want to have a good investment and get the best years ahead of them, and I think that Marc has got the best years ahead of him. You know, he's just recently got an England squad. I think he's a fantastic player, and I really hope in the coming days that I'll have more news for the channel that he is actually on his way to Newcastle having a medical. I'd love that. And I think behind the scenes, Paul Mitchell and that are doing it, Eddie Howe, I think they really want him. They want him, and he's the first choice. He's the number one centre-back they want this year. And if we can pull this one off, I think it's a massive, I think it's a marquee signing. I really do. If we pull this off for Guéhi from Palace, I think it's a marquee signing, simple as that. Outstanding player. And yeah, I just love to see him in the black and white shirt next season. You know, you look what we could have. You could have Nick Pope and goal. The back four could be so young. It could be Livramento. It could be start on the left actually. It could be Lewis Hall, Botman, Guéhi, and Livramento. You know, that back four to me is a back four. Could be Newcastle's back four for a number of years. So it looks outstanding to me. Absolutely quality. So if this one does pull off, we'll have to wait and see what happens in a couple of days when it comes out. Keith Down and someone will pop it up for Fabrizio Romano, you know. So we'll have to wait a couple of days to see if that second bid does get accepted. Anyways, moving on now. This morning the club have officially announced that William Osula has signed for the club for £10 million plus 5 million add-ons. He has signed for the club this morning. He is a Newcastle player. Fabrizio Romano put it on. Said officially confirmed, William Osula joins Newcastle on a permanent deal from Sheffield United for £10 million fee plus add-ons. We already know as well is that Jason Tindle knows this lad from his time at Sheffield United. Eddie Howe and Tindle have been following this lad for 3 years. They've been watching him closely and they like him. They like him as a player. They say he's a very, very good player. And this is what Eddie Howe had to say on William Osula. I've known him since Jason Tindall's time at Sheffield United. We've tracked him for 3 years. He excites us. He's the raw ingredients to become a great centre forward. He's a good physical profile, good technical skills. There's areas in his game to develop, but he's in the right place to do that. And that is what Eddie Howe has said on William Osula today. He's excited, we've got him, no, we've signed him. Yes, people have said it's not a marquee signing, but for me, he looks a good player. He looks like he can use both feet. He likes to shuffle in there with his feet. He's got good skills. He's strong. He can run in behind. A bit like Isaac in a kind of a mad way. And he can also score a goal as well. So, and he's got potential. The potential's there for this lad. I think, you know, there's no reason why he can't be a good player for Newcastle United. And obviously he'll be the third class striker. Isaac and Wilson will be the top two. But if one of them gets injured, which is very, very likely, Callum Wilson's injured right now with a back injury. He's injured right now, so this lad will be instantly on the bench, you know, because if Isaac got injured as well, that would just cripple her. So I think it's good to have three strikers in. We also know Gordon can drop in there and play there if we're really desperate. So we've got cover there now, that's good. Very good for the club. Very happy with that. For him to sign with the club, it's great, great news. And yeah. Can't wait to see him in a black and white shirt. Now then, Ritchie, we know was released. He was a free transfer and he has got a new club. Yes, it was all over social media that it was Bournemouth, but it's not Bournemouth. He's went back to Portsmouth, where he used to play for them 13 years ago. So Ritchie for me, you know, very, very good player. You know, Rafa had him in the Championship for Newcastle. He was a great servant for us, great set piece taker, great free kick taker, a great leader, work engine, used to work his socks off. Very, very good player, but he has signed a 2-year deal at Fratton Park. The 34-year-old left Pompey in 2011. He is one of the products of the club's academy of Portsmouth. And he left for Swindon Town in 2011 for moving back to the South Coast for Bournemouth before switching to Newcastle 2016. Like I said, Rafa bought him. And yeah, their manager's come out and said, John Mousinho has said, everyone will know what Matt is all about because he's a fantastic Premier League career at Newcastle. They believe they've signed a good player. I think it's a great move for him, going back the way he's from, down them ends. I think when you get old enough and you start to hit your retirement age, you do normally go back home to them ends. It happens to a lot of players that. So yeah, Ritchie is back down there, all the best, and returns to Portsmouth after 13 years after leaving the club. So it's a nice moment for him, you know, 2-year deal. Yeah, I think it's nice. I think after that he will retire. So all the best to you, Ritchie, and thank you for everything you've done for the football club, for Newcastle United. You've been an absolute great player, and you were one of them key players who got us promoted back to the Premier League as Championship champions. Eddie Howe today, this morning, has been speaking about Kieran Trippier, and it's on Sky Sports News. Keith Downey was reporting out just before, live on the TV. Eddie Howe says, I don't think Kieran is openly looking to leave. Eddie Howe says he's seen a player that is fully committed to Newcastle, but acknowledged there is a possibility that anyone could leave the club. But also, if anyone leaves the club, like if anyone goes out, someone will come in, or someone comes in, someone will go out. There will be a lot of ins and outs of Newcastle United, but just clearing up that room, I think he is about Trippier wasn't happy. Was he going to Saudi Arabia? All this nonsense that the media come out with normally. But for me, I think Trippier will stay, you know. He'll challenge Livramento will challenge him. I think we need strength and depth, and I think, yeah, he made a few mistakes last year, and people jumped on the bandwagon and ripped him. I did. I was one of them who was frustrated by him. But I truly believe now that he should stay at the football club at least another year, see what happens, see if his form has really dipped, give him one more chance. You know, because look what he done for Newcastle. He was first signing with a new Saudi ownership. He was great in his first season. You can't just write players off for losing form. It happens in football, unless you're like Messi or Ronaldo or something. You don't lose form, but yeah, I think that Trippier for me will stay at the football club. and I want him to stay. I want him to stay, but Eddie Howe was just clearing up this morning. That's what he had to say on keeping Trippier. And last but not least, is Bruno Guéhi going to be Newcastle United's new captain? Well, there's reports coming out from Fabrizio Romano this morning, is that this is what Bruno said. Bruno Guéhi said, "I'm very happy at Newcastle. I never said I would like to leave." They say I never said I want to leave. It was just all the media spinning it off. He never wanted to leave, but I think with the 100 million release clause in his contract, it really triggered people's brain to think, is he going, is he not? I was one included. But he says that I always said I would like to put my name in the club's history. I can't wait to do my best for the club and the fans. Goes on to say as well that he's been added to the team's leadership group following being made captain against Yokohama last week in the pre-season in Japan. I've always been a leader, but it's a big challenge because English isn't my first language. The leader isn't just who wears the armband, but the person who fights for the club in many, many ways. For example, I missed just one game last season. I've been captain at Atletico Paranaense, if that's how you say it, Brazil Youths, and at Lyon. The gaffer has given me a big responsibility and I want to deliver something for him and the fans. So it looks to me that Bruno could be the captain this season, you know, after Lascelles being dropped out because, you know, Sean Botman had the place last season, even Dan Burn dropped in there, you know, Kim Trippier was injured a bit last season, got dropped a bit, Livramento came in, you know, so for me, Bruno Guéhi will be outstanding. I think he'd be a great captain for the club. I think he's a leader. We've all saw him when he's scoring goals, he's passionate, he's rolling to the crowd. That time when he picked the flag out, the corner flag, the Newcastle bit and put it in the air and celebrated the goal. Things like that make captains and it's just unreal. And I think that Bruno, for me, will be a great captain for Newcastle United. And nowadays, I hope he is. I'd love that and I think it's absolutely class. So that's about it. I've wrapped up all the news. I've mentioned all the news I can. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Will Newcastle set an offer for Marc Guéhi? Will it get accepted by Palace? Will it not? Do you think we're going to drop out? Do you think we're going to fall short? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of the rest of the video. Like and subscribe, people. Thank you for watching. There's my roundup of news Newcastle United. Squashed all one for yous. Hope you enjoy. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you on the next one, people. Take care. God bless.